I've changed the channel, and this is SpyWitnessNews, a news show that I do covering the top news stories of SpyWitnessNews.org. One of the top news stories: engineers slam internet censorship bill ahead of key Senate panel vote. Internet entrepreneurs are in a panic over a fast-tracking Senate bill that they say will censor the web. Stifle Silicon Valley startups, damage the United States' credibility on free speech, and ultimately trigger the creation of an alternative universe internet. The bill would give Attorney General new powers to shut down websites deemed dedicated to counterfeit material by going through the courts and by encouraging service providers to go after sites the Justice Department puts on the public blacklist. People have been talking about this for a while now, and all the people out there saying, a bunch of conspiracy theorists, they're not going to do no such a thing. Well, now here it is. It's being voted on already, and it's going to be, under the guise of, piracy and copyright infringements and all of this hoopity-doopity, right? And it's just like the Patriot Act. They passed Patriot. We got to get Al-Qaeda. We got to get Al-Qaeda and yada yada yada. And all of this stuff. And then it's basically for Al-Qaeda, but and terrorists. But they got Granny and Grandpa getting shaken down at the airport. And I mean, come on. Come on now. The old guy walking with the walker, you're going to shake him down. You got grandma in the wheelchair, you're going to shake them down, all under the guise of, catching terrorists, now under the guise of piracy and stuff like that. You know what they're going to do? They're going to shut down websites like SpyWitnessNews or InfoWars, Prison Planet, what really happened, .com. Any of these sites that have a quote or show other news sources and other things from, okay, put them on the blacklist, put them on, because I guarantee you, sooner or later this is going to pass. Sooner or later they're going to get this thing through. And when they finally do, whether it, be now or years from now, when they do, you can guarantee that alternative news sites are going to be one of the first ones on the list. Guaranteed, no way around it. Another news story: tar balls galore. After WKRG had heard reports of more oil off the coast of the Gulf shores, they took to the air again to see what they might find. Now, a man who has identified himself as a worker for BP but wanted to remain anonymous says he has been working on those cleanup crews since June, the ones that are out there trying to clean it up. And he said they're down to about a couple hundred people. He said they need thousands to help with the cleanup. If you look on and turn on the mainstream media, we're not hearing anything about that. It's like it's old news. This is how it is. It goes down here in America. Something happens, everybody's like, ooh, and it is all, which they should be. There's no doubt. But oh no, this is where we demand justice. We demand something happen, and then you give it a while, and then after a while, all the mainstream media is pushing it, and people get bored with it. So the mainstream media get bored with it and start putting it out there. And you still got oil down there. You don't have sufficient enough crews. And you got BP blaming Halliburton for the whole disaster, just trying to dish off the blame and everything. Man, it makes me sick how these people operate between the mainstream media, oil companies, elite politicians. Man, it's just crazy. He goes on to say, using shovels, buckets, and fishing nets, they sift through the sand. But there's so much more, he says, beneath the surface. He said dig down about 4 feet, and there are actually layers about 4 inches thick there. It's like sweeping, a bunch of stuff under the rug, and then acting like you didn't see it. Come on, these people, they need to do something about this. This isn't over. And see, this is another reason why I'll probably be leaving this weekend and doing a tour around America, shooting a documentary, How You Doing America. And this is one of the reasons, because it ain't nothing. I know it's nothing but a bunch of BS out there with all these stories that we get and everything. So I'm gonna go see for myself, and one of the places I'm gonna go is go down there, and I want to see this, for my own eyes. I want to see people eating, this seafood. President Obama ate some, didn't he? The CEO of BP said, "Oh, that's good food. You can eat that food, you know, and all this stuff." I'm kind of curious to go down there and see if people are actually eating it. I mean, think about all of the reading in the media a little bit, hear little stories there about the health effects that has been happening on these people. Where's the big news on this? Where's, you know, the investigative journalism that are really down there, that are really trying to pump this thing on a smaller level? And then the big corporate media on TV and everything, like, they're not talking about it because it's old news, you know, and so they're gonna go on and so forth. But that's the reason why I'm doing that. And that brings me to I'm getting ready to leave this weekend. I'm shooting a documentary. I'm gonna be doing Spy Witness news stories all around the country. I'll be on the road. I'll be keeping, you know, you guys. I'll be making videos along the way as well, you know, just aside from the documentary and everything, and keep you guys updated. And if I'm in your town or something like that, maybe we can connect. Maybe you got a news story or something like that. I'll be doing a separate video on this, and I'll set up at Spy Witness News a special email account over there that and I'll let you know in the next video before I leave. You can send, you know, people, you can send the email over there if you got news stories that you want me to come through your town while I'm out, you know, to cover anything, any collaborations you want to work on. You know, that's the whole point of this tour. Now, for most of my old time subscribers, you know I'm an avid reader, so I always try to tell you what I've been reading on and what I've read and something that maybe you haven't read. And I just finished up The Family of Secrets. Right here, it's about the Bush dynasty. It was really good. It took a while to read. It's a big, thick book. But then you guys turned me on because for a long time I heard, you know, you guys saying, you know, how come you don't ever talk about William Cooper and all this stuff? And then, you know, and then I heard briefly, but I've never read any of his stuff and all of that, or knew the whole story behind his, you know, his murder and all of that kind of thing. So anyway, so you guys turned me on to it. So I'm about a quarter of the way through it. Behold a Pale Horse. You gotta check this out. I picked it up and started reading it, and I haven't been able to stop. Any of my spare time, I'm just like, you know, sometimes I shouldn't even be reading. I should be working and stuff, but I can't help it. It's really interesting stuff, so check it out. Also, if you hadn't grabbed one, you can go over to SpyWitnessNews.org and order Debunk This Season 1 with a lot of extras and commentary in between them. And again, before I go, I just want to let you know, like I said, I'm going to do a video in 2 or 3 days to let you know, give the introduction to how you doing America tour that I'm doing, and give you the contact information if you got stories and stuff you want me to swing by, you know, if I'm in that area or whatever, or, you know, you want to do a showing, anything like that. I'll set up that email address. I'll put the link in the next video I do on the introduction to it. Anyhow, I'm ChangeDaChannel. It's been Spy Witness News. I'll catch you next time, and I'm out.